My name is Navida Estupiñan, Navi for short. You can contact me on Instagram at Colombian Queen Pen. That's COLOMBN Queen Pen. Facebook is also Navida Estupiñan. Email thenostalgicexpressions@gmail.com. I represent every side of town in Houston. Born and raised in Houston, I've lived on almost every side of town, so I represent the entire city. Right now my focus is collage work, so I would just call it authentic, handcrafted. So of course it takes, lots of detail, lots of time that goes into making one single piece. I like to build a big picture out of small pictures. So anyone that buys a piece of work is definitely going to be a unique piece because it's, custom made for each customer. My inspiration would have to be just, first of all, realizing that I had a talent to do art. I feel like any time that you're blessed with something, if you don't, what they say is you don't use it, you lose it. So that's inspirational enough for me. I kind of got into the art scene by accident. I was making a piece, or I was trying to make something for my girlfriend. I ended up building her a collage, and people saw it, they liked it, it took off. So, that's, for me, it was like, okay, well, this is what you're gifted to do, so you need to run with it, and that's what I'm doing. How would I compare other cities to the Houston's art scene? I would have to say that I feel personally that other cities, their art scene is much greater. And I don't understand why, because if Houston is such a big city, then why isn't our scene as big as the others? But I think that in other cities, that's more of a focal point. That's more of what they focus on. In Houston, we have our own thing. Everybody knows about slabs, everybody knows about screw music, but we don't focus on the art. We don't focus on the different forms of art. So I think that's where it has to begin. People have to get out, expose themselves so that they know the art is here. We just have to bring it out. In the next few years, especially with the rapid growth of Houston, I do hope that the art scene becomes more relevant. I hope that all forms of the art scene become relevant, because what people fail to realize is that art is in so many different ways. You don't have to pick up a paintbrush or be able to draw to make art. People go out every day and do art. So I hope that with all of the different, with the growth of the city, all of the different types of art can become exposed as well, so that Houston does eventually have a massive art scene, like, a lot of other cities out here. Beer and chips festivals and things, of the same dynamic help bring exposure, because Houston is a huge city. So, you have millions and millions of people, millions and millions of artists, and when it's so big, there's not really a lot of outings, not really a lot of things places and things that artists can do and, go share their work. So when events like this take place, it's up to the artists to go in and partake of them so that they can get the exposure. Not too long ago, I was in the Pancakes and Booze Festival, so I think by way of that, beer and chips came into the picture. But I mean, anytime that is going to bring out a chance for me to expose my art, then I'm down. And especially with this setting, it's at a brewery. It's free to get in. It's free chips, so people have no reason not to come. So yeah, I definitely want to be a part of something like that that's going to help bring exposure to the Houston art scene. My personal definition of art, that would have to be expressing your visions and expressing your thoughts in a way that is unique to you. That's the only thing, because that's what I do. I build collages, so I see a big picture, but I build it with small pictures. But it's only something that I can see. So every artist is going to be able to, they see something in their brain, they're only going to be the ones that can execute it in whatever, their form is. So being able to express yourself.